in the heart always Southern T. Back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, could y'all do your boy solid. Smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. We got a couple people in here right now where we got 6 likes. As y'all pass on through, right? I know some of y'all probably been through it earlier. Some of y'all go pass through a little later. I had this joint set up for earlier. I never went on. So I know some of y'all probably came through, dropped the like, slid back out. I greatly appreciate all of y'all great people, man. I'm not gonna keep y'all in here too long, right? I'm gonna try to get this thing within about 30, right? Within about 30 minutes, right? No more than you know what I mean, an hour. If we get to an hour, right, I did something wrong. Right? If we get to an hour in this joint, I did something wrong. I ain't against getting to the hour either though, but right, if we get to it, then I did something wrong, right? But I gave you 3 fight breakdowns and predictions earlier, right? Uh, Juto Nakatani versus Andrew Maloney, Raymond Maritala versus Jeremiah Nakatila, and Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameroon. If y'all hadn't checked out that previous Southern T, right? Y'all make sure y'all slide through that thing. Y'all check out the previous breakdown. I'm about to drop it. Matter of fact, Ray, you on here, Ray, drop the previous stream. Drop the link from the previous stream in this jump for me. Shout out my guy Ray. I appreciate you sliding through this thing, Ray. If y'all haven't checked out, the previous Southern T, the previous fight breakdowns and predictions, y'all go check those out. I got 3 more Southern T breakdown. Ray just put it in the chat for y'all, right? So if y'all hadn't checked out the fight breakdown predictions from earlier, y'all go check that thing out, hit that like button, then y'all can scroll on back, right? So today, so with this EP, right, we back with 3 different fights. We got Terry Harper versus Cecilia Braekus. We got the return of the great Cecilia Braekus, right? So we got the return of Cecilia Braekus. We got Adam Lopez versus Oscar Valdez, right? Oscar Valdez making an appearance. And we also got Floyd Diaz versus Saaverda. Now, I'm not overly familiar with Saaverda, right? I'm not overly familiar with Saaverda, but I am extremely familiar, you know what I mean, with Floyd Diaz in that fight. So we gonna start with Floyd Diaz versus Saaverda, right? I had to do a little homework on Saaverda. I ain't gonna sit here and cap like I just know exactly who that is, right? But upon doing my homework, I still came up with the conclusion, right, that I'm taking Floyd Diaz in that fight. Floyd Diaz is the much better, you know what I mean, fighter between the two. Saaverda ain't he ain't gonna be just a pushover, right, for Floyd Diaz. But if Floyd Diaz is everything that I, think he is, Floyd Diaz should win this fight fairly easy. If Floyd Diaz loses this fight, right, then something went completely and horribly and utterly wrong. You know what I mean? But we got Floyd Diaz, 3 KOs, 19 years old. Floyd Cash Flow Diaz, 5'5" with a 64-inch arm reach. He's taking on 9-8, Luis Saaverda, right? So I'm expecting Floyd Diaz, to go in this fight, pretty much control this fight, right? Go in there and get the victory. If Floyd Diaz loses this fight, then something went terribly wrong. Now, Floyd Diaz is an up and coming prospect, right? So he still got a lot of room to grow. But in this fight, I'm taking him by the win. I'm gonna take him pretty comfy, right? I got Floyd Diaz by unanimous decision in his fight over Saaverda, right? Uh, Floyd Cashflow Diaz. Floyd Cashflow Diaz is one of the brighter prospects in the game. And again, I state if Floyd Diaz lose this fight, then understand something went horribly, utterly, and completely wrong. You know what I mean? Floyd Diaz is no fight is set in stone, right? Because it is still a fight, right? But Floyd Diaz was put in this fight for one reason. Floyd Diaz was put in this fight to win this fight, right? Prospect fight. Floyd Diaz is one of those guys that we're expecting to be talking about in about 3 to 4 years, right? As one of the next up guys, one of those next up guys, one of the new up and coming guys, right? But this weekend we got Floyd Diaz versus Saaverda, 9-8. Floyd Diaz 8-0. I think Floyd Diaz wins that fight pretty comfortably. You know what I mean? So put it in a parlay. Floyd Diaz, unanimous decision, right? Over Saaverda. Don't think that fight going to be all too competitive, right? So let's drop that thing in there. Floyd Diaz, unanimous decision. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy when you roll on in, whether you're here for a good time or a long time. Let YouTube know that we live. So we got Floyd Diaz in the first fight, UD. So we got Floyd Diaz, UD in the first fight, right? So we gonna talk about. I want to talk about Cecilia Braekus and Terry Harper, right? And we'll say, matter of fact, now let's talk about Oscar Valdez and Adam Lopez, because this fight right here has a bit of some history. Adam Lopez and Oscar Valdez. The history being that these guys have already stepped in the ring, right, and battled it out one time. But the hook and slinger, right? The hook and catch is that the first time that they faced off, Adam Lopez got the call to fight Oscar Valdez on late notice, right? I think Adam Lopez had about a week to prepare, but Adam Lopez, he still took the fight. He went out there and he actually did a lot better than people thought he would do. He went out there and he knocked Oscar Valdez down, right? He made Oscar Valdez have to go in his bag, dig deep, right, and pull out a victory. Now, Oscar Valdez won that fight with about like 2 or 3 rounds, right? I'm not sure if it was a majority or UD or a split, right? But if you watch the fight, that fight felt extremely close. I can't, recall the exact card right now. What's good, AB? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, AB. If y'all could do your boy a favor, hit that thumbs up for your boy. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, greatly appreciate y'all folks sliding through. I got Floyd Diaz by unanimous decision in his fight, right? Stamp it. And we talking about Oscar Valdez and Adam Lopez. This fight has a bit of some history behind it with the two fighters. They got a previous fight, in the books already. Adam Lopez said, I came in that fight on 2 weeks notice, right? And I knocked him down. So imagine what I'm going to do to him this time when I'm coming in there with a full count to prepare for him. You know what I mean? So let's go and get these guys box recs up, right? Adam Lopez versus Oscar Valdez. I think this going to be an entertaining fight, right? Nonetheless, this fight going to be extremely entertaining. Adam Blue Nose Lopez, 16 wins, 4 losses, 6 KOs, been stopped once himself, 27 years old, 5'8", with a 69.5-inch arm reach. He's facing off against Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is 30-1, 23 knockouts, 5'5", with a 66-inch arm reach. And he's never been stopped in his career, right? So if we go, let's go back to this first fight between the two. Oscar Valdez ended up stopping Adam Lopez, right? That's Adam Lopez's only stopping loss was to Oscar Valdez. Again, I stated, Adam Lopez took this fight on short notice. He only had 2 weeks for this fight. And Oscar Valdez did get the stoppage in this fight, TKO, right? But if you watch the fight, you will know that Adam Lopez actually scored a knockdown on Oscar Valdez first, right? Adam Lopez was the person who drew first blood in this fight, and Oscar Valdez had to battle back, right, to end up, stopping Adam Lopez. And Adam Lopez didn't hesitate in not giving, Oscar Valdez the, credit for that win and saying that, I came in that fight on short notice. I was out of shape. I stepped in that fight to save your show. But this time, it's our show. It's my show, right? I got a full count. And this time, it's going to be a stoppage, but it's not going to be me getting stopped. You know what I mean? So in the first fight, this fight ended in the stoppage. And the second fight, I'm expecting it to be another toe-to-toe battle, right? The only way Oscar Valdez knows how to fight, right, is toe-to-toe. The only way Adam Lopez knows how to fight, right, is toe-to-toe. Now, Oscar Valdez is a stronger puncher, right? Pound for pound, he's a stronger puncher than Adam Lopez, and I think that's what's going to make the difference in this fight, right? So I got Oscar Valdez. With the victory over Adam Lopez. I'm not sure if he's going to get the stoppage right, but I know for sure that I'm going to take Oscar Valdez to get this win over Adam Lopez. I do feel like, a stoppage is possible, right? I would say take Oscar Valdez straight up, right? But if you want to put a method on it, I say go Oscar Valdez. And take this fight to go the distance. I don't see Oscar Valdez stopping Adam Lopez twice, right? I think Adam Lopez has, a little too much pride, right, to get stopped again by Oscar Valdez. The stoppage the first time was a body shot, right? So I'm expecting Adam Lopez to be, a little more aware. Adam Lopez had a fight not too long ago, right, where I kind of felt like he may have lost, but Top Rank, gave him the nod due to, him being a company favorite, right? So I'm not really that sold on Adam Lopez, right? When a fighter got a reason to fight, right? When a fighter is motivated, like he is for Oscar Valdez, they tend to bring their best effort forward. But I think Oscar Valdez is just the better fighter here. And I got Oscar Valdez for the win, right? Oscar Valdez. I guess you could go Oscar Valdez TKO stoppage. Oscar Valdez TKO stoppage over Adam Lopez, right? Take the fight straight up. Don't put no method on it. But if you want to put a method on it, you could take Oscar Valdez TKO stoppage. He stopped him the first time. Adam Lopez said it was because he was out of shape, right? But I think he stopped him the first time just because, he's just a better fighter than Adam Lopez, right? So we got Oscar Valdez TKO stoppage over Adam Lopez, right? So let me drop that in there. Oscar Valdez TKO, right? So we got Floyd Diaz unanimous decision. We got Oscar Valdez. We got Oscar Valdez TKO, right? And we go keep it rolling right along. Now we got the return of Cecilia Braekus. The great Cecilia Braekus is making her return, right? She's been out of the ring for about 3 or 4 years, right? The great Cecilia Braekus. If I'm not mistaken, right? The great Cecilia Braekus retired, right? After her saga. The great Cecilia Braekus retired, right? After her saga with Jessica McCaskill. Right, I begin Jessica McCaskill and Natasha Jonas mixed up sometimes, but if I'm not mistaken, Cecilia Braekus retired after her saga with Jessica McCaskill. A lot of people forget, right, what pushed Jessica McCaskill into being one of the more notable faces, right, of women's boxing, was her dethroning Cecilia Braekus, right, who literally walked around this joint with the title as the GOAT for a long time, right, before Clarissa Shields got in the game. The GOAT was seen as this lady right here, Cecilia Braekus, right? Cecilia Braekus was the longest reigning champion. You know what I mean? At the time, she was undisputed champion. You know what I mean? At the time, Cecilia Braekus looked unbeatable for a long time, right? She sported like a 41-0 record before she ever ended up losing, right? But she had those trilogy fights with Jessica McCaskill. It took a lot out of her. Jessica McCaskill is a rough and rugged fighter. The first time Cecilia Braekus, tried to box McCaskill made it rough. She lost a split decision. The second time, Cecilia Braekus beat down on her mouth guard, right? She went in there and she fought Jessica McCaskill, and then she lost another split decision. And what she said was, those fights took a lot out of her. She did a lot in her career. And at this point, she was going to take a step away from boxing, right? That was about 2 years ago. So Cecilia Braekus didn't take, a huge rest from boxing, but maybe she took a little rest, right, to get her body together. But Cecilia Braekus is back, and she's challenging, newly crowned champion Terry Harper. Terry Harper has one defense at the 154-pound division. Terry Harper is throughout her career, right? She campaigned at the 130-pound division, right? We all might remember Terry Harper from the famous or right infamous knockout of her in Alyssa Bumgarner. Alyssa Bumgarner, right, owes a lot of her success, right, to Terry Harper. Terry Harper is the one that gave Alyssa Bumgarner that title shot. Bumgarner stepped up. She ended up stopping, you know what I mean, Terry Harper. And that caused Terry Harper to move up in the division. She actually moved up 2 weight classes, right, from 130. 3 weight classes from 130, 135, 147. Moved up 3 weight classes, right, from 130 to 154. And she became a champion in her very first fight at the 154-pound division, right? So for a second, let's just put this in a nutshell, right? How cold does Alyssa Bumgarner got to be, right, to take a girl title at 130, and the girl title that Alyssa Bumgarner took in her first fight, she moved up 3 divisions, right? Well, she moved up 2 divisions, right? And she became a champion in her first title fight, right? So I think we should shout out Alyssa Bumgarner and the work that she put in, that she been putting in her, short boxing career, right? So Terry Harper, most famous fight is the Alyssa Bumgarner fight, right? In which Alyssa Bumgarner knocked her out. But what a lot of people don't know is Terry Harper, since the Alyssa Bumgarner fight, hasn't lost. Before the Alyssa Bumgarner fight, hasn't lost, right? So Terry Harper is a pretty game fighter. Shout out to Terry Harper for, giving Cecilia Braekus that title shot. Cecilia Braekus is she's a veteran, future Hall of Fame fighter, Cecilia Braekus, right? Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. I've been in this thing preaching. It's 80 y'all in here. I get 8 likes. I know more than 80 y'all been through here. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing. If y'all ain't checked out, the previous Sunday, the previous fight breakdown and predictions, my guy Ray Book, he dropped them things in the chat. Y'all click that link right there, hit the like button, come on back, check them things out, right? But we about to get into this breakdown. Shout out Terry Harper, right, for giving Cecilia Braekus that title shot. Cecilia Braekus was out for about 2 years, right? She coming right back, getting right back into action. She got her title shot at 154 this weekend versus Terry Harper. This is going to be the first fight of the day, Saturday, right? This is going to be the first fight of the day, Saturday. I think it start at about 3:30. You know what I mean? First fight of the day, Terry Harper versus Cecilia Braekus. We couldn't ask for a better way to start Saturday, right? So let's go and get into it. We got Terry Harper, 13-1 with 1 draw, 6 KOs, and been stopped once, right? And the one time she been stopped was about Alyssa Bumgarner. Since then, she's went on to win 2 fights, right? The 154-pound championship, and then she defended against Hannah Rankins. She beat Hannah Rankins fairly easy, right? So we got Terry Harper, 26 years old, 5'8", with a 65-inch arm reach. I thought Terry Harper was a lot older than that, right? Facing off against Cecilia Braekus, 37-2 with 9 KOs. Cecilia Braekus is 41 years old, 5'7", with a 67-inch arm reach. And her last fight was in 2022, at the end of 2022. So she took a break from 2020, and then she came back like in the middle of 21, and then she came back at the end of 22. So she didn't completely step away from the game. She just took, a lot more time in between her fights. So I feel even better, right, about my pick now, knowing that she didn't step away from the game completely, right? She just took bigger breaks in between her fight. So with that being said, first fight of the day, Terry Harper versus Cecilia Braekus. Cecilia Braekus only has those 2 losses to the same person. She don't have those 2 losses to the same person, Jessica McCaskill, right? I'm taking Cecilia Braekus in this fight. If for my betting people, right? This is the fight that we eat on. First fight of the day, we taking Cecilia Braekus over Terry Harper and the new champion, Cecilia Braekus, right? So to run down, we're gonna take Cecilia Braekus unanimous decision over Terry Harper, right? So we got Braekus UD over Harper. So in the 3 fights, right, we got Flor Diaz unanimous decision. We got Flor Diaz unanimous decision. We got Oscar Valdez, right, TKO, and we got Braekus UD right now on my betting slip. I might not necessarily take the points, the decisions, or nothing like that, right? I'm gonna just take them straight up, so it don't matter how you win, right? But you know, for pick purposes, for channel purposes, I give y'all who gonna win and how I think they go win, right? So, but if you go put them on your slips, take the winners. The first day, Braekus is the underdog, right? Braekus is plus 390, if I'm not mistaken, right? We going with Braekus. Now, I think that's sweet right there, right? I won on Alyssa Bumgarner, right? Going against Terry Harper, and I think I'm about to double down again on Braekus against Terry Harper. My guy Demi, man, can't avoid. The first time I met Demi, man, we won on Alyssa Bumgarner, knocking out Terry Harper. You know what I mean? So there's that. In this fight, I'm gonna take Cecilia Braekus. Unanimous decision win. Over Terry Harper. You know what I mean? So I got Floyd Diaz for the UD. I got Oscar Valdez with the TKO. And then I got Cecilia Braekus getting the win over Terry Harper. Right. So make sure y'all tell a friend. I ain't gonna keep y'all in this thing too long. I am gonna come back with another show a little later, right? And come back with another show. Matter of fact, we got 7 minutes out. I'm gonna roll up. We gonna talk about it. Y'all. I'm finna give y'all the odds and number on this car real quick. We got 7 minutes. I'm gonna go and get y'all right real quick, so y'all can see it for y'allself. Right, then y'all know tomorrow I'm gonna come and we gonna do the parlays. Now I open the betting lines on Friday. We gonna come do the parlays. But on this EP, right, we got Floyd Diaz UD. We got Oscar Valdez to win the fight. If you want to take a method, take Oscar Valdez TKO. And we got Cecilia Braekus with the upset, right? So I called 2 upsets Saturday. On my show, right? One of them, I hope I'm wrong, right? I called Jeremiah Nakatila over Raymond Cheese Maritala, right? I hope I'm wrong about that one. And I'm calling Cecilia Braekus over Terry Harper. You know what I mean? And I hope I'm right about that one. Cecilia Braekus makes her comeback, right? She gonna be the first fight of the night. I think if we ever looking for a dog, if you was ever looking for a dog tomorrow, right? You ever looking for an underdog, right? You ever looking for a place, right, where you get some bang for your buck? The return of Cecilia Braekus versus Terry Harper, I think it's the perfect fight for. It's a size matchup, right? It's a style matchup. Braekus' problem is when, you know, fighters like to be overly aggressive, throw a whole lot of punches because she's getting a little older, right? So fighters could kind of overwhelm her. But Terry Harper ain't the kind of fighter who throw a whole lot of punches. She ain't the overwhelm you kind of fighter. This fight is gonna be at a pace where Cecilia Braekus could think. This fight gonna be at a pace where Cecilia Braekus can use her boxing ability, right? She can use her skill. Like, she's not gonna have to, you know, bite down on her mouthpiece and try to match the intensity of a Terry Harper, like she had to match the intensity of a Jessica McCaskill, right? Terry Harper and McCaskill are 2 different fighters. This is more so up the alley of Cecilia Braekus, right? Somebody where she could, pick not saying she gonna pick her apart, right? But Terry Harper ain't a pressure fighter, right? So Cecilia Braekus ain't gonna have that added pressure of, somebody trying to walk her down. I think in this fight, if anybody was, more aggressive, right? If there was a more aggressive fighter, it would probably be Cecilia Braekus. You know what I mean? So I'm taking Cecilia Braekus, man, for the upset, and I think y'all should too. This gonna be the first fight of the day, Saturday, right? Y'all take Cecilia Braekus over Terry Harper, right? Southern Tea Special, right? A Southern Tea Special, y'all take Southern Tea Special, man. Take Cecilia Braekus over Terry Harper. Take Cecilia Braekus over Terry Harper. And I dropped that link. For my fight breakdown and predictions from earlier, right? So y'all make sure y'all check that thing out too. You know what I mean? It's gonna be some great fights. It's gonna be some great fights. You know what I mean? This weekend. It's gonna be some great fights this weekend. Right. Just to give y'all a rundown on all the fights that I picked today. Right. I got German Nakatila over Raymond Cheese Maritala. I took German Nakatila over Raymond Cheese Maritala. I took who was that in my other one? I took Devin Haney over Lomachenko. Let me check it out so I can make sure. So I can get y'all right so I can tell y'all. But in this one, I got Floyd Diaz, Oscar Valdez, and Cecilia Braekus. I got Floyd Diaz, Oscar Valdez, and Cecilia Braekus. Floyd Diaz, Oscar Valdez, and Cecilia Braekus. I ain't got to drop some weed. But I'm gonna tell you who I took on the other EP. Ray Buck dropped the link in there for the other EP. I'm about to let y'all know. I made 6 fight predictions today, right? I'm about to let y'all know exactly who I made. We about to run them down real quick before I let y'all get up out of here. Right. So I got Katie Taylor over Chantel Cameroon. I got Floyd Diaz over Fernando Saaverda. Right. I got Nakatila over Raymond Maritala. I got Oscar Valdez over Adam Lopez. I got Nakatani over Andrew Maloney. I got Devin Haney over Lomachenko. And I got Floyd Diaz, Oscar Valdez, and Cecilia Braekus. I got Cecilia Braekus in the first fight of the day. Cecilia Braekus now is a plus 340 underdog, right? So what that means was like she was a plus 390 underdog earlier, right? So now she a plus 340 underdog, which means that people are coming in and they betting Cecilia Braekus to win this fight. If there was ever an underdog to hit with this weekend, y'all, it's going to be that Cecilia Braekus over Terry Harper. I actually think like that's perfect. Like I think that's the one. Right? I think they may have got it wrong. I think Vegas got it wrong. Every week you got to find that one bet, right? You know, whether it'll be a fight going the distance, whether it'll be a fight straight up. Every week you got to find that one fight. And I think this week the one fight is this one. I think Vegas got these odds wrong. Braekus at plus 340 to Terry Harper. Man, that's talking to me right there. That's saying something to me, right? As a betting man, as a gambling man, that's saying something to me right there. I think this is the big underdog bet. You know what I mean? For the weekend tomorrow when I do the the betting show, I'm gonna tell y'all right again. But I think this is the big one for the weekend. Braekus at plus 340 now. I got Braekus for the upset win over Terry Harper, right? I picked Nakatila over Raymond Cheese, right? But I'm not confident in that upset win, right? I picked because Cheese made me a little nervous, right? The last fight, so I'm hoping he proved me wrong. This upset win, take this one all the way to the bank, right? Take it all the way to the bank. You know what I mean? Take it all the way to the bank. Floyd Diaz, Oscar Valdez, Cecilia Braekus. Appreciate y'all folks sliding through this thing. Skin Hardaway Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future, but it's the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Look.